still on the same, I'm curious about the provisions you had to really provide for this, and did it hit on your books as well because of that?
Yeah, and that's what, in effect, that's why I'm saying 37 is very low for us. And if you look at the numbers, if you strip out that, the business would have been almost 12-13% above year on year. The reality is, you've got a window and you must take that window.
Okay. Fair enough on that. And before I talk about your new strategies now that you've moved to the new one, I wanted to talk about the significant growth we saw, especially in your core capital and risk-weighted assets. And dividends being posted as well. We've spoken about that. So I wanted to know, what are you seeing, especially when you foresee the discussions that will be coming up? I'm very curious about that because there was a lot of questions that people sent me saying, let us know, what do we expect to find out in the AGM, or even before then, or even before the year ends for 2024? Do we expect some dividends to come by?
The good thing about the AGM is it comes after Q1 results.
So you'll have some news.
That's a good news.
Okay.
There is, barring any major catastrophe, I don't see. I think we should be able to get to some superb performance in 2024. And that's just what I can say today. But Q1 is very important.
Okay.
And remember, Q1 is 10 days away.
Yes, 10 days away.
Right? 10 days away. Because how do you, if I was, I've got a few shares, but if I go to the AGM and I don't see a turnaround in 2024, it's a problem.
Okay.
Isn't it?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So I'm glad it's coming after we will have released Q1 results.
Okay, still on the numbers, let's talk about your net interest income as well. I noticed you had you experienced a decline on it due to the high cost of funds, as you said, in a high interest rate environment, which has not been just an issue on your end only. I think it's an industry thing as well. So with the approval of risk-based pricing, which I was thinking would have really helped to cushion this, how effective has the model really worked? Because I thought probably with the risk-based model, you being one of the pioneers of this, it would have probably brought in some cushion.
It did, but remember it came in the second half.
Okay.
Right after we'd released the half-year results. So it must have been July, thereabout. So you wouldn't have seen the full effect.
Okay.
But the interest rates went up. And what you're paying for deposits today, my friend, it's 16 or thereabout %. It means you must lend at how much to make more money.
Quite enough.
And then the other, I've always been on record saying, it's just how many people can you charge 20%, 21%?
Not many.
Right? Because people look and say, oh, so you have this loan book, therefore now you start charging 15%. This is how we expect you to increase your interest income. It doesn't work like that.
It doesn't.
Customers are individuals, particularly corporate customers.
Yeah.
There is a bigger relationship than that just charging interest. So it did help, but the actions of monetary policy, also made and decisions by large depositors to demand higher rates, as well as the constraint on liquidity across the market.
Okay.
Did play out.
All right. One of the key positives is how your revenues increased by 27%. I saw the number and I was quite interested. But one of the key factors that I was really interested to see is from the government securities, which when I talked to other sectors, I don't want to call them your peers, but people in the same industry as well, some of them shied away from government securities, but you sounded or seemed bullish on it, and you made quite a chunk on it on your books. So I wanted to find out from you, how was it on your end? Were you not a little bit cautious when you looked at the interest rates that were really quite attractive at some point?
I think it is a risk-reward at the end of the day.
Okay.
Everybody played cautious because of the Eurobond cloud.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Now the cloud is gone. I'm sure a few people would have said, I wish I went in. Right?
Yeah.
You saw the oversubscription of the infrastructure bond.
Yeah.
What government went for 70, go to 40. Right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, the team took a bold decision. I think it must have been the bond of 18% or thereabout. Effective is 24.
Yeah.
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 That's why the treasury guys are brilliant and make those calls.
Fair enough. Your strategy, I heard you pronounce it very well, transforming today together, which definitely is a catch. And I wanted you to just speak to it because you've just ended this. And I felt, maybe correct me if I'm wrong, I felt like you decided to take the bull by the horns in 2023, especially on your Kenyan chapter. You didn't want to cross over with any debt on you. It feels like it's a clean slate with new strategy and all that. Am I right? And what do we expect on this?
You got it right. Okay. Cut the pen, deliver the news, start your 2024-2026 strategy with clarity of mind.
Okay.
Yeah, you have your bigger business.
Yes.
You want to succeed in that period, lighten it up.
Yeah.
To take the tough call. You know, it's a year you're not paying dividends. Make the tough call, my friend.
Tough call, really. Yeah. That's true.
The 2024-2026 strategy, transforming today together.
Yeah.
It's yes, transformation is really anew.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's defining what's the new phase for KCB. Right? Today is about timing. It's not tomorrow. It's a sense of urgency.
Okay.
Speed of execution. Today. You want to run transformation, and it's not transforming. It's every corner you are in, wherever you are as a staff, you must transform that space today.
Yeah.
And it's together. It is not the board. It is not management. It's every single person.
Yeah.
Across the region.
Yeah.
Coming together to transform.
Wow. So as we come to an end of this conversation, I wanted to ask you this. I noticed that Tanzania, one of your regional or subsidiaries, 94% year-on-year change. And I thought, wow, you must have cracked this up, because I know some people were still wondering how to navigate that market. I wanted to understand from your end, what are the strategies that have contributed to this success, and what are you seeing in the offing? At such a percentage, you must be happy.
We are, but it's a result of hard work.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If you look at all our subs, the hard work started in 2018, 2019. Right?
Yeah.
At that time, if you check the contribution of our subsidiaries, it was 2 billion. 2
billion.
PAT. Today is 21.
Wow.
It's 2019. Right?
Yeah.
It's more of what we are doing in Kenya today.
Yes.
We took hard decisions on subs.
Yeah.
Whether it's governance, leadership,
yes,
products and value proposition, and customer experience.
Wow.
Yeah? So it's not by accident. Right? It's not even by accident for Kenya that the MD, for Tanzania, that the MD of Tanzania is now a group regional business director. Right?
Yeah.
But look at Uganda, who are in losses.
Yes.
Right? Look at where it is today. It's deliberate action on those 4 or 5 or so areas that's delivering results. If you look at those numbers, if subs did not perform, the overall group performance would have been chaos. Maybe would have declared a profit warning. Right? But it also now demonstrates that KCB made the right decision to invest in other markets.
Yeah.
Because when one market is down, which was Kenya, the other markets were up.
And of course, talking about regional expansion, so Ethiopia is also in the offing.
We have our eye there. We know what it looks like. We will continue to evaluate. Yeah.
All right, I want to end the conversation by asking you to give the last word of assurance to especially the shareholders and your customers. What's your last word on this?
I think I'll echo the words of the group chairman. You know, we've taken strategic decisions and strategic goals. We've made the right levels of investment. Some tough decisions that we've made, we don't take for granted the decision, for example, on dividends. But the organization is in very good shape. We've got an amazing team of management that leads across the region, and a very solid outlook for 2024.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time, Paul.
Much appreciated. Thank you. Thank you.
There you have it. Paul Russo, very optimistic, saying yes, they had to take a hard hit this time around, but wait for what is coming. Thank you so much for your time. I leave you now with the markets.